What's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Excuse me, just had a little bit of soda. It's kind of got my tummy upset. Anywho, so today's video, I'd like to talk about jumping from whatever side of mechanical background you are, be it automotive or equipment or wherever you're at, even working on golf carts or go-karts or whatever, into getting into Class 8 trucks. Now, I haven't turned wrenches on those for about a year, but I do have the experience to go with it, so I'd like to talk about it. I went from working on heavy equipment over to Class 8 trucks, and it wasn't that bad making that jump. And thinking about it today, I don't think it'd be that bad for an automotive tech or any other type of tech to really make that jump. When you get into a Class 8 truck shop, we'll just call it a semi-truck shop or whatever, a bigger truck shop. When you get into a shop like that, more than likely they're going to have you doing inspections, PMs, and just going through routine maintenance until you get your feet wet enough and they feel good enough to let you actually do some work on your own. And so probably simpler jobs first, which is great. Don't want to be thrown to the wolves on your first day. But these are some of the things that I think going to this, side of the industry you should have. I mean, just my thoughts. Some of the things that have really saved me. So, starting off with, if you're going into concrete trucks, guys, needle scaler will be your best friend. Any concrete industry, needle scalers. Best friend, great tool to have. I hate them, they're loud, but fantastic tool, and you can get them from Harbor Freight for about 60 bucks. So it's not terrible. But concrete guys or guys wanting to go to the concrete world, this is going to be a good friend. Moving on. Got a nice long 1/2-inch drive ratchet. Doesn't have to be a Matco, snap-on. I've got an old Cobalt one that I've had for about 10 years now. Thing does the job, but picked this one up because it's 33 inches, it's a bit longer, and it doesn't really fit in my toolbox all too well. But wanted to give Matco a try, so I picked this up. It did good. No complaints on that. Moving on with the same kind of ratchets and all that stuff. I'll be doing a lot of oil changes and filters and things like that. These little guys. I worked on a lot of PX9s, Cummins Packard motor, and Cats, C7, C11s, things of that nature, and a few MX11s and 13s. But filter straps, guys. I believe this one's a gear wrench. I don't have a part number for you, but this one's no clue. It says 4557 on it. But air dryers, they're a pain. It's where the 1/2-inch drive ratchet comes into play. Getting some of those off. Most of the time with the oil filters, you could use a smaller 1/2-inch drive ratchet with these guys. Works out fine. And going along with that, these are good just to have. Now, these aren't a bad little tool to have. They're cheap. Got mine off the gear wrench truck for like 30 bucks. There's something extra to have in the box. Works out great. And for those smaller filters, little 3-jaw jobby type thing, it works. If you're automotive, you have other filter wrenches, but these are some of the ones that I think are necessary. So don't hate me in the comments. If you want to, go for it. That's all good too. Next, guys, doing brake work. Caging sockets. This one's a Sunex and this one's a Matco. Good to have in your toolbox. You're probably using them a lot. So those, and then coming over, I feel like there's so much stuff on this box, it's driving me crazy, y'all, sorry. But slack adjuster tools, something good to have. And now everything's pretty much going over to disc brake, which is pretty neat. If I recall right, it's a 10 millimeter to back those off, but there are still a bunch of old trucks running around with drum brakes on, and Drum brakes aren't that bad to do on a big truck. I prefer to do those on my personal pickup truck. less springs, and it's, other than the tires, it's pretty simple. So throwing that out there, y'all. Now, I need bigger wrenches, guys. I hated about Caterpillars is like stupid sizes, because if I had to go out in the field, if I got a call for an oil change or something like that out of plant, as a Caterpillar, get 1.25 or 1.5/8, I think was the sizes. So, if you get into a new shop, guys, talk to some of the more experienced techs, see what size drain plugs are, see what they use a lot. That's always a great way to know what you need, other than watching me ramble on about nothing. Hopefully this is good for y'all, but if I'm rambling, I apologize. Don't beat me. I might enjoy it a little bit too much and come home with you. So next, guys, this little light I bought off the Matco truck. I think I've seen them on Amazon. They're just rebranded. Get a good floodlight, guys. I mean, you're underneath a concrete truck or a semi truck or whatever. You need a lot of light. Good floodlight's the way to go. Just don't stare at it. Start seeing spots and all that fun stuff. Good scraper. Good carbide scraper for doing gaskets and whatnot. Be careful if you're doing any of the Allison transmission filters. It's aluminum and I don't want to gouge it. So there's that. Driveline socket. Taking off drive shafts, whatnot. Swivels, it's kind of nice to have. This one hasn't seen too much use. And sockets for doing wheels. 1-inch drive and 3/4 inch drive is what I got. But yeah, this is a 33mm socket for doing, pulling lug nuts off semis and whatnot. Another little flashlight inspections, guys. I mean, if you're getting new into a shop, chances are you're gonna be doing a lot of inspections, checking everything over, doing PM services, making sure everything works. Get another good light. I absolutely love Streamlight products, guys. Fantastic. Little pricey, but all around great light. These little guys are not for, the annoying coworker you have or your buddy that just drives you up the wall. It's not to stick his pinky in here or her pinky, it'd be like that. I mean, be fair with everyone. Guys, you're going to be getting a lot of air leaks on trucks. I don't have a spray bottle with me because I don't really need it here. Don't do too much with tires and don't do a whole lot with airlines at all. But, a tool like this is from Kimball Midwest, part number 54-833. There's a few small ones I bought off of Amazon that I've given away. Great for doing airlines in tight places. And with a spray bottle, guys, fill it up with soapy water and spray away, because they will leak and leak and leak and leak, and it will drive you nuts. So something good to have, keep around. It is what it is on that. Doing brakes. Cutting the springs off makes it a lot easier. You're getting new hardware anyways. It's a little snip and flip thing over, it falls right off. You just slap the new one on and call it a day. This thing's came in handy for a lot of the guys in the shop that I worked with. Guys, I know. It's not fun stuff. Multiple pairs of oil filter pliers, guys. Getting into a shop, class 8 trucks, semi trucks, whatever. You're the low man on the totem pole. You'll probably be doing a ton of oil changes. Don't be scared. It doesn't last that long. But yeah, oil filter pliers. We got bands, pliers, 3-jaw or bands, whatever you want to call them. Not that crazy. Get a good long flex head ratchet. I believe there's a PX9s that had the there's a 3/8 drain plug on those. You get the coworkers that like to slam everything down as tight as it goes. Nice long 3/8 ratchet. Haven't had any problems with this wanting to bend the head, so something good to have. Should have one anyways. I know concrete trucks, don't see a whole lot of semi trucks running tire ball systems, but if you do run into a truck that's running tire ball systems, these little Sunex kits right here, part number 9726, the inflate and deflate valves on them, they go bad a lot. It's usually in a really tight location, and this is just a fantastic tool to get to everything. Little tiny little thing, but it solves some problems, guys. And I think they're like 26, 27 bucks for them. Could be wrong. Everything's gone up in the past few years, so good, great tool to have, guys. Absolutely love this little thing. Totally recommend it to any of y'all out there watching this. Great tool. Brakes again, guys. Thank God some of my trucks are going through disc brakes. Those are stupid simple to do. Excellent stuff to do. This is a Bendix disc brake gauge. Right? Thing's awesome. Just for seeing where everything's at. This slides in. I mean, you could watch YouTube videos of how it works and all that stuff, but Bendix brake gauge. I think they're on Amazon, or you can find them through Bendix website for like 50 or 60 bucks. Something good to have. You're gonna be taking a lot of notes, filling out inspection sheets. Be accurate with your inspections. Do a thorough job, guys. Magnetic trays. Should already have these if you're in the mechanical industry, but doing interior jobs, pulling dashes and all that stuff out, guys. Had these all over the truck, stuck to stuff, and loading those up. For my Peterbilt guys, the cab screws, they're not Phillips heads. They look like Phillips heads. Got these from Harbor Freight. It's a number 2 is what that screw actually is. These are like $4 from Harbor Freight. I'd highly recommend buying this. Rounding those things off with a screwdriver sucks. Rounding those off with a screwdriver sucks, guys. Use a proper little, square drive bit. It's a number 2. Just save yourself on that, because it sucks drilling those screw heads out. Good pick and magnet set. Or good, Jesus. Who am I? I don't even know anymore, guys. Mirror and magnet set, something good to keep on you. Just looking over everything. Keep that in mind. Nice little trim panel set. I've used this a lot. Doing window motors and doing dash work, all that stuff. It's come in handy. And then neck lights. Working out in the field, these things are awesome. Good point. I love these Nipex. Great tool to have. Never know when you'll need it, but use these a lot when working on trucks. I don't know what the part number is. I apologize, guys, but these are like the greatest thing ever when it comes to doing like turbos, like the hoses and whatnot. Getting those long, getting the nuts off the long clamps. These come in handy. Highly recommend to anyone getting into the semi-truck world. Fantastic. And we'll throw this out there. Good for a California credit card type thing. Let's say you're ain't got no diesel in your service truck, but you want to take it out of another truck to load up in. There you go, guys. Granted, I was working for the same company. I wasn't really stealing, but take a little bit here and there. Especially if their company pumps aren't working. Got to do what you got to do to get home. So one of these is great to have, anyways, but. Guys, I apologize if I seem like I was rambling a little bit, but there's a little bit of tools everywhere, so it is what it is. Guys, if you're making the jump, don't be afraid. Go ahead and just do it. Push forward and enjoy it. It's a journey. This whole industry is a journey. You know, go try something new. If you don't like it, you always go back to where you were, or, you know, in the same field as where you were. But that's pretty much what I got for right now. If you have questions, let me know. Comments, let me know. Tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me every time you see me on screen, it makes you want to cry, or your phone starts to crack. Whatever, let me know. Guys, keep wrenching. Have a great night. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves and take it easy, y'all.